So the lungs are burning a little bit, the eyes are stinging a little bit, and this is all because of, I'm guessing, the smart dust, the nanodust that's in the smoke from the wildfires. And it's been a weird day altogether. I made a video earlier that I posted right away, but I thought this was funny because I was getting ready to just kind of like hunker down and try to relax my mind a little bit after working. And I decided to open up my Bible, and I am in Ecclesiastes, which is funny because I just made a video about how I feel like I'm in my Ecclesiastes season, and I just finished up reading Proverbs. So I'm on Ecclesiastes 2, so if you don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and read it. And this is how I read the Bible. I hope I don't stumble. And I think this is very applicable to what I'm feeling today. The futility of pleasure. I said to myself, come on, let's try pleasure. Let's look for the good things in life. But I found that this too was meaningless. So I said, laughter is silly. What good does it to seek pleasure? After much thought, I decided to cheer myself with wine. And while still seeking wisdom, I clutched at foolishness. In this way, I tried to experience the only happiness most people find during their brief life in this world. I also tried to find meaning by building huge homes for myself and planting beautiful vineyards. I made gardens and parks, filling them with all kinds of fruit trees. I built reservoirs to collect the water to irrigate my many flourishing groves. I bought slaves, both men and women, and others were born into my household. I also owned large herds and flocks, more than any of the kings who had ever lived in Jerusalem before me. I collected great sums of silver and gold, the treasures of many kings and provinces. I hired wonderful singers, both men and women, and had many beautiful concubines. I had everything a man could desire. So I became greater than all who had lived in Jerusalem before me, and my wisdom never failed me. Anything I wanted, I would take. I denied myself no pleasure. I even found great pleasure in hard work, a reward for all my labors. But as I looked at everything I had worked so hard to accomplish, it was all so meaningless, like chasing the wind. There was nothing really worthwhile anywhere. So I decided to compare wisdom with foolishness and madness. For who can do this better than I, the king? I thought wisdom is better than foolishness, just as light is better than darkness. For the wise can see where they are going, but fools walk in the dark. Yet I saw that the wise and the foolish share the same fate. Both will die. So I said to myself, since I will end up the same as the fool, what's the value of all my wisdom? This is also meaningless. For the wise and the foolish both die. The wise will not be remembered any longer than the fool. In the days to come, both will be forgotten. So I came to hate life, because everything done here under the sun is so troubling. Everything is meaningless. It's like chasing the wind. I came to hate all of my work here on earth, for I must leave to others everything I have earned. And who can tell whether my successors will be wise or foolish? Yet they will control everything I have gained by my skill and hard work under the sun? How meaningless! So I gave up in despair, questioning the value of all my hard work in this world. Some people work wisely with knowledge and skill, then must leave the fruit of their efforts to someone who hasn't worked for it. This too is meaningless, a great tragedy. So what do people get in this life for all their hard work and anxiety? Their days of labor are filled with pain and grief. Even at night, their minds cannot rest. It's all meaningless. So I decided there's nothing better than to enjoy food and drink and to find satisfaction in work. Then I realized that these pleasures are from the hand of God, for who can eat or enjoy anything apart from him? God gives wisdom, knowledge, and joy to those who please him. But if a sinner becomes wealthy, God takes the wealth away and gives it to those who please him. This too is meaningless, like chasing the wind. Now, of course, I love the book of Ecclesiastes, and I know that sounds a bit Debbie Downer, like wah, wah, wah. But I think this was the perfect, nothing is by accident. Nothing is by coincidence. I don't find it curious that I just so happened to land on this scripture for my reading tonight. Most people know the one that's coming up, the time for everything. There's a season, a time for activity under heaven. And I think we all know that old song. I won't sing it here because I can't remember all the lyrics. to be honest, I just can't remember it. But yeah, I think Ecclesiastes 2 perfectly illustrates what I'm feeling lately. I don't feel like this often. It's not like woe is me Eeyore stuff. It's just more of like, what do you want me to do, God? Because all of the stuff that we study and that we know, and then all the help that we try to give and everything that we try to attain, we're doing it in the world, but for what? And then I'm, of course, like Jesus freak. And I'm like, I know what's going on here. I know that all these things are going on and all the things that we learn about. But it really does come down to, like, man trying to, certain aspects of society, trying to just conceal the truth of God. And I don't understand why. There is zero other reason that I can come up with on why all of the goings on in the world is going on. I don't understand why people crave wealth to buy material goods. I don't understand why people feel the need to control others. I don't understand the need for manipulation. I don't understand greed. I don't get it. I seriously don't get it. And maybe that's why I'm just a weirdo potato. Maybe that's what it is. But maybe that's what makes me good at what I do. Thanks to God, of course. I mean, it's not me. It's what He gives me to do. But maybe that's why, because I can see potential and encourage people that they haven't heard in a long time, or tell them things that they can't recognize. Maybe that's why mediation is so good. Is because, to me, the relationship and the internal is more important than the monetary. And once I can get people on that human level, not necessarily emotional, but once you get them like thinking like, this is not my adversary, this is a fellow human. Once we get to that point in the meeting, everything works out. So I know that like God's way is definitely the way. It works and it's tried and true. I just don't understand how humanity got away from it. It all really does just boil down to, flesh nature and people following the spoiled little brat creation that God made in Lucifer. And he's just like, come on, Dad, I can do better than you. And God's like, no, you can't. And then, you come and mess with human women. No, that's going too far there, Lucy. You're done. And then it's just, from here on out, it's just been like a spoiled little kid just trying to get back at their daddy because they can't be daddy. And the sad part is like God's creation that fell and rebelled convinced almost pretty much all of humanity to just like go along with his ways. And now we have all this transhumanism and all of this stuff that's going on in the world. And I'm just like, I do understand that part. I do understand that these people that are greedy and crave control and all this other stuff, I do understand that they do want to live forever. They do want population control. They want to have like elite where it's everybody is somewhat the same, but that's going to backfire because if those are the only people that they're trying to like maintain and everyone else is just like a little programmable little robot, true useless eaters, like just little worker bees, and they get everything, there's still going to be a hierarchy. I mean, greed doesn't disappear when all the greedy attain a certain level. There's always going to be someone who wants more power, and it's just like the Bible just explains everything perfectly. So I just don't understand any of it. I don't get it. If any of you out there can explain to me, I don't get it. And I guess that's why a lot of people think that like I have some kind of agenda or a shtick, because I guess there are some manipulators out there that'll talk like me and try to convince people that, oh, I don't get it, I'm so virtuous. And I'm not claiming to be virtuous or anything. I seriously don't get it. And it's worked against me in life. Like, there are certain things that I forfeited in life because I needed to sleep at night, because my moral compass, my conscience, like, wouldn't allow me to do certain things. And I get, in the worldly sense, I guess I'm the idiot. But I think in the godly sense, I screw up, but I think I'm going in the right direction with things. I just feel like I'm living in an alternate universe. I really, truly do. Now, I read Ecclesiastes. This makes sense to me. This makes sense. When I read Proverbs, all of it makes sense. And what drives me bonkers is that people don't even know where half of the sayings that people know by heart actually comes from Proverbs. With great power comes great responsibility. I always use that as an example. Everyone's like, oh, it's Spider-Man. I'm like, no, it's Proverbs. It's from the Bible. A little yeast spreads throughout the whole dough. Okay? In today's terms, we're like, one bad apple spoils the bunch. It's the same message, but it's from the Bible. Apples, dough. It's the same lesson. And I just think it's funny. Like, inherently we know that the Bible is right. It's written on our heart. Again, it's correct. It's written on your heart. You know the difference between right and wrong. You have to actively work against your spiritual nature in order to conform to the world. It takes more effort. It takes more effort to be rude to people. It takes more effort to jump through hoops and buy into the narratives that the world and the historians give you. It takes more effort to do all that than to just literally read the Bible, ask God to open up your understanding, and then be like, all right, okay. But who am I? People like to get obsessed and mad about things, and I get it. I'm right there too. I have my ups and my downs. I just have a picture in my head where I just want to build a healing house. I do want wealth. I want giant wealth because I want to build a healing house. I want a giant house on big land with a big lake with little cabins all surrounding a lake for canoeing and other things. In the main house, I want to cook all the healthy food. I want to have all the vegetable gardens out there. I want to have a massage room and a music room and a reading room and a chapel. Not even a chapel, but a meeting room for Christian studies. I want all that stuff. I want a healing room, a little gym in there. And then, everybody can do what they want to do and then go back to their little cabins and go canoeing or do their art projects or, just get back in touch with what it means to be connected and human and not so bothered with everything else. Like the retreat of all retreats, that's the dream. That's the dream. Help people reconnect with their humanity and not just like worldly humanity, what we think that we're capable of. Explore all the things that we're capable of without being like, hey, take a hallucinogenic to see your potential. You don't need it. You just need a space and a comfortability and a trustability with fellow man, which is very hard these days. I understand that's hard to do. Let your guard down with a fellow human. But how wonderful would that be to just be comfortable in your own skin and have people accept you and love you and debate with you all in good faith and share ideas and encourage and point out each other's strengths and gifts and flourish. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be great? Yeah. I guess the things that make you feel like an outcast are actually what makes people unique. I love unique. I think I'm a little bit unique too. So, here's to all the unique people. I'm in my pajama shirt. You can see that. It's only 8 o'clock at night. I just feel like I'm living in an alternate universe. I'm waiting for it to, I'm waiting for the zit to pop. I'm waiting for the boil to be, the excision of the boil, so to speak, if that gives you a visual. But my prediction was end of July, beginning of August, is something's going down, and I don't know what it is, and I got that same feeling a year or two prior to COVID, and when COVID hit, I could breathe again. I was like, that's what it was, and all anxiety and all of that, waiting. I was like, that was it. I knew that was it. That was going to be a test on humanity, a test on the spirit, and I felt that again last year, and 2025, that's what I said. The prediction's happening. It's only, July 15th or 16th, 16th, maybe 17th today. I don't even know what day it is. I know it's Wednesday. All these days are running into each other. But I still, it's not the last week in July yet. I'm waiting. But if it's getting as hairy as it is right now with the wildfires and the weird protozoan or parasite going through Michigan and Ohio, and I guess the ticks didn't work out as well as I thought it was, and I guess the storms didn't work out as great as I thought it was, so bring on the heat, and bring on the smoke, and bring on the smirk dust, and bring on the nanoparticles, bring it on! Everything! Throw spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks! So when you see these levels of desperation, I don't even follow the news, but I hear, I guess, we're back in Iran. I could do hours on the politics of things, because I think all of that, like, it really is like, sands through the hourglass, these are the days of our lives. I love figuring out like mystery movies, and I usually am pretty good at figuring them out, except Coherence. If you ever seen that movie, really good movie. That's one that I couldn't figure out. All these other ones, I'm that annoying person, like I figure out movies really, really quickly, and so I don't really enjoy entertainment besides books and art and music and being creative kind of stuff. But I digress. Yeah, I look at politics, and to me, it's just like, it's all entertainment. I try to figure it out. I think I do have some stuff figured out. Could be right, could be wrong. But it's kind of fun to think about when you detach emotionally from that. Because you know it's not reality, guys. Like, if you actually buy into that stuff, to me, it's funny. And I never used to be like that. I never used to be into politics at all before the Donald Trump thing in 2016, because everyone was making a big deal out of it, and I think I gave you my insight on that. I was like, Donald Trump gives money to everybody. Everybody loves him. He's been in movies. He's got a show. No one has a beef with him until he comes down an escalator and says he's running for office. I'm like, yeah, he knows everyone's freaking secrets. Nobody wants him there. The hierarchy doesn't want him there, but why? Or is that part of a show? Is that part of the scripts? We're never going to be privy to things. Everything's going to be unrolled slowly, but it's always fun to speculate. But I do think I have a few things ironed out. But anyway, okay, I'm going to shut up. That was Ecclesiastes. I'm under 20 minutes. I'm doing good. See if I can get these videos under 10 minutes, if I can quit rambling so much. Oh, I don't want to close that, because I don't want to lose my place for Ecclesiastes 3 later. Okay, you guys have a great day. Bye.